These are my new glasses, just in case you're wondering. Okay, strength class. We have weights and a yoga block and a mat, and that's the whole story. I have a little water just in case I need it, and I'm gonna shut my door and get started. I'm gonna wear my sneakers because I just generally, I kind of like to on strength days, so it's totally up to you if you want to or not. I should be wearing socks with them, but you know, that's another story. That's for another story. Okay, so we're gonna be doing some stuff with the yoga block, and it's gonna create mobility and strength in different places. One of them is the knee, and so I want to warm up the joints around the knee, and then do just a couple of real strengthening exercises for the knee further out into class. So we're gonna do a bit of a warm up first and go from there. As always, please make any changes that you feel like you need to. If something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. So shoot me a private message after class, and I'm happy to help you find an alternative that is right for you, okay? So I'm gonna start with the yoga block down on the ground, and it's in the wide version of itself, right? And it's flat. This prop is entirely optional. If for some reason you don't like it, just toss it to the side, okay? Toes are directed forward. So I'm just gonna walk my heels in, and I can feel now that my heels have kind of grabbed the back of the yoga block, and I feel like when I shift my weight forward, I can lift my heels and the block at the same time, just a little bit, okay? But I'm not gonna do that just yet. Put your heels back down. Soften your knees and send your hips back like you're sitting in a little teeny chair. And just hold there for a second. And bring your hands right to your thighs. Hands to your thighs. A little bit of a spine warm up. Round and arch and breathe. Round and arch and breathe. And relax the shoulders. One more each way. And then come all the way back up to stand. When you get to the top, arms all the way up, hook your thumbs, fingertips to the ceiling, side to side. Stretch and stretch. Push down through the feet. I'm pushing down with my left foot and reaching up and out with my left fingertips. And one more each way. Try not to hold your breath. And we'll come back to the center and bring the arms all the way down. Let's warm up these shoulders a little bit. Big circle, up and back and around. Okay, shoulder mobility. We work on that, right? Like we carry a lot of tension in our shoulders. Some of you I know have some chronic tension in the shoulders and the neck, and we can work that out. I want to believe that we can always work on the mobility in our joints and our spine and our parts. Let's go the other way. Make your circle smaller if you need to. And we'll do 5 more. 4, 2, one more. And then come all the way down, ear to shoulder. Roll it around, relax your jaw. And go back where you came from. And then come back to the center, chin in, look down, stretch for the back of the neck, really pull your chin into your throat. And then stick your chin out, look up. And chin in, look down. Chin out, look up. And come back to center, look over the right shoulder and behind you. Keep your shoulders still. Move your head, use your eyes. And then other side, shoulders still, look left, behind you. And again, to the right and behind you, and left and behind you. Come back to the center, push down through your heels, reach the arms up, take a breath. Reach the arms forward, soften your knees, roll through the spine, articulate towards the floor. When you get as far as you can, relax your head, keep those knees soft, push down through your feet and slowly roll up. Breathe, breathe. When you come to the top, try it again with a breath. Articulate. Soften the knees, roll through the spine, relax the head, and then push down through your feet. Continue to breathe, roll up, and come to the top. One more little warm up here. We're rotating in one direction. Oh, I'm hitting the wall. Rotate, and then come back to the center. See if you can keep your hips relatively still as you twist. And I don't always say this, but if you have any conditions with your spine where twisting, deep twisting, is contraindicated, then bring those hips with you. Twisting is part of our daily lives. We cannot completely avoid it, but that is a conversation for another time. But just be aware of that. And then arms down, okay? Keep your feet where they're at, heels just slightly squeezing the block, and sit back. Just have a peek at your knees and make sure your knees are tracking with like your middle toe. Stretch the arms forward and sit back into your heels, and then push down with the heels and reach back with the arms. We're gonna do 10 of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and come all the way up. From here, we're going to bring our block long ways. I'll face forward. Bring your block long ways and step on it with your left foot. Your block should be supporting almost your entire foot. I have really big feet. I would prefer you have your heel on the back of the block if something is going to hang off, all right? And then come on up. So when you come on up, your right toes will be down, but your right heel will be lifted. Just take a quick minute here and bring your hands to your hips. What I see a lot is this, and this has a lot to do with hip strength. So I want you to pick up the right hip so it seems like your hips are fairly even with one another. Find something to look at. Push down with your left foot like you mean it and lift your chest. And we're going to start to challenge our balance just a little bit by lifting that right knee and bringing the toes back down again. Okay, so balance and fear up even just a little bit is a real thing. So if this feels scary to you, go to the wall. Even just putting a fingertip on the wall makes a huge difference in my opinion, all right? Or grab a chair. If you're gonna put your chair anyway, I think on the left side is a nice idea, but please just put it wherever it makes sense for you to have it. And since I mentioned the knee already, if any of this bothers your knee, do it on the floor, okay? This is just an added balance challenge. So that's the only thing that it is doing. I mean, it's doing more. But if there's any vulnerability in the knee, you're probably gonna feel it when you add instability to the foot. All right, so just do this on the floor and pretend. Or maybe grab a book, because a book is really hard, whereas this is a little squishy. And let's do 3 more here. Continue to lift the chest and push the floor away from you. And 2 more. Knee forward and back down again. 1 more time. And then come all the way down, and we're just switching to the other side, all right? The other kind of yoga block, I'll just come to the side so you can have a different view. The other kind of yoga block, which gives you more stability, is a cork yoga block. So that could be another option for your home gym, for the stuff that you might want. Push down through the right foot, lift the chest, belly button is in the best you can, and lift the knee and then bring the toes back down. Yep, and so right away, you may sense that one side is different from the other. Keep your hands wherever you want. Arms out to the sides is nice. Behind the head is a nice way to really align the spine from top to bottom. At least I feel that way. Arms to your hips, arms right by your sides. Just move around until you find an arm position that you like. And we're gonna do 5 more. 5. If you've got your hands behind your head, pull your head back into your hands. 4. And 3. Also, pull your head back into your hands and notice if it's easier to connect to your core muscles. Where the head is has a lot to do with how the muscles fire, especially in the core. All right, come all the way down. We're coming back one more time to that left leg. One more time to the left leg. Get yourself centered on the block. Find something to look at. Okay, so this is a little fancy. Let's get excited. It's almost like tree. Let's start here. Maybe we can do this. This is exciting. If you've I may not actually, we'll see. Maybe this is better. Hands in front of your chest is a nice idea if that suits you. Okay, so ready? It's a tree, and then a back down, and then a knee in, foot out, back down. Foot in, knee wide, back down. Knee in, foot wide. Internal and external rotation of the right leg in the hip. Maybe. Maybe we see. We see if it works. Again, give yourself a little help. Put a fingertip on the wall or the chair or whatever. That's fine. Some days this is much harder to balance than others. Also, I'm not on a rug. I'm on the floor. I'm not on a mat. So putting your block on anything is going to increase the instability factor. One more each way. And come all the way down. Okay, side 2. Side 2. Oh geez, I rushed that one. Let's take it easy, Stacy. I'm too excited. Here I am looking at the wall. Pull your head back, belly button is in. Just hold here for a minute. Like we did on the other side, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. Maybe I could do this on this side. We'll see. Nope. This is better. Okay? And then knee in and knee out. Keep going. I'm just trying to balance myself here. And you know, maybe half the exercise is about this for you today. That's okay. Let's do 3 more. And 2. One more each way. Woo, come all the way down. Okay, now, the first foot, the left. Ball of the foot onto your yoga block. Step your right foot forward and stand tall. One of the reasons that we want to keep our feet mobile, and I see this really across the board in so many clients, the feet and the ankle tighten up and mobility decreases as we age. That affects your knee and your hip health. Okay, so we're doing this stretch and we're doing these warm-ups for the feet because we want to work on the knee next. That's at least my thought process. And now step down and we'll do the other foot. The further forward you step, the foot that's on the floor, the deeper the stretch becomes for your stretched foot/calf Achilles area. Try and stand tall and breathe. One more deep breath. Good. Okay, we're going to come back to, just going to get rid of this. I don't really need this. We're going to come back to the block, and this is where our first little knee exercise starts. I'm going to start again underneath the left foot. We're not adding any weight just yet. Get yourself stable with your right toes down and your left foot sturdy in the block, okay? So the exercise is this. Bend your right knee forward, bringing your left foot to the ground, and push yourself back up. It's like my right foot is going slightly in front of the block. This is added pressure into the knee. We don't squat in class like this. I'm bringing my knee forward. Ideally, we send our hips back, right, for squats. That's different. And I'm trying to maintain stability in my hips along the way. Keep going. I just want to give you another angle here, just in case this is confusing. I'm going straight up and down. My knee is bending forward, and I'm tapping my right heel in front of the block. Let's do a few more. I really feel it in the quad, in the knee, in the hip now. And one more. Okay? So let's see how the other side goes. Right onto the heel. I'm stepping up to find my balance. I'm going to stay there until I feel like I have a hold of that, find something to look at. I'm going to flex my left foot, bend the knee forward, and back, okay? This is a small distance for us to go, right? The height of the block is not so big. So the knee is only going forward like that, or whatever. I don't know how to calculate that. But again, you could do this without the block too. I can show you that in a minute. And arms where you need them. Let's do 5 more. Hip stability. Hips are even. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then come all the way down, okay? I'm going to push the block to the side for now. And I'm grabbing my 5s. We're going to start to do a little bit of arm stuff here, mixed like whole body really. So you can choose weights as you want to. Please be careful when you're picking up your weights that you're coming up with a neutral spine. A lot of people bend down and then roll back up. It's safest for you to come up with a nice straight spine, okay? All right, so we're gonna start feet, about hip distant here. Maybe a little more, a little less. Just a quick little neck release, ear to shoulder, and then come back to the center. All right, 1 lateral out to the side, and then 1 straight ahead. Lift. Let's do a quick spine check-in. Legs are straight. Soften your knees if that's a better choice for you. Actually, it's probably a nice idea to keep the knees soft right now. Keep the spine nice and straight. As you bring your arms forward and to the side, the spine you have an awareness of what your spine is doing. Keeping it nice and still is the goal. 3 more. 3 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. And then the arms right by your sides, okay? So we're coming back to a similar thing for the knee that we did with the block, this time without anything at all. Arms are going to stay right by your sides. Bend your knees, spine is straight, bring your knees forward. So they are probably just past or aligned with your toes. And then come right back up and stand tall, lift the chest. Bend the knees, come forward, and stand tall. Breathe. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Come on back up and stand tall. Another set, lateral arms and then out front. Out and forward. Knees can stay a little soft for this. Out. Breathe. And forward. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. 1 more set. Come all the way down, ear to shoulder, and come back to the center. One more little knee health thing, a little bit of a smaller version of the first exercise with the block. Arms are going to stay right by your sides. Soften both knees. Shift your weight into your left leg. Extend the right leg out in front of you. Let's just practice this for a second. Shift into the right leg, the knee is soft. Extend the right in front of you. It should be nice and light. You should be able to lift and lower it. Shift back into the left. Right leg, you can just tap a few times so you know you're really just in that left leg. Shift back to the right. Left leg, tap. Come back to the center. Let's add just a little bit. Stand, bend, shift into your left. Extend the right, tap 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center, stand tall. Soften the knees, shift into the right, lift your chest, extend the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center, stand tall. Arms, another set. Lateral and forward raises. Head back. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. You can always switch out your weights to whatever number you want. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. Come on back. Ear to shoulder, relax your jaw, roll around, relax the jaw, and come back to center, okay? 2 more exercises back to back. We're going now with a regular squat. I've mentioned this in the past. If you have a ball, if your knees ever feel wonky during your squats, put something in between your knees that you can squeeze and see if that helps. For me, a squishy ball is a nice touch, so you can try that if you want to. Sit back, your knees are over your toes, push through the heels and stand up nice and tall. Give the tush a little squeeze along the way. I'm probably going to add weight to this in the coming sets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, push your hips forward at the top. 8, we're doing 10, 9, and 10. Good. 1 leg march, 1 arm bicep curl. Let's start by bringing 1 arm up as the opposite knee comes up. Stand tall into that standing leg and switch. And switch. Find your stability. Find your lift. 5 more sets after this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1, come all the way down, okay? Squats, bicep curl marches, I'm going up to 8s. If you're switching out weights at any time, make sure you're coming up with a neutral spine to stand, okay? Squatting, again, stand nice and tall. When you come up each time, press your hips forward and give your tush a squeeze. And breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stand tall. March, curl. March and curl. If this is a heavier weight for you, maybe you want to slow it down a little, or I don't know. It's up to you. Breathing, finding your center along the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Stand tall. Okay? For my third trick, I think I'm going to go up to 10s for my squat. We'll see how the bicep curls go along the way. Stand nice and tall. I think also, those of you that keep your weights on the floor, if you want to keep them higher, it's kind of nicer to continue to pick up heavy weights from a higher position. Just to throw that out there. I can use that by myself. Okay. 2. You know what? Keep going. It's all about my back. It's all about my back. Keep going. I'm not doing any more of those. Give yourself 5 more. 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1 more. Okay, good. And now march, curl. March and curl. Imagine gravity pulls you up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Come all the way down. Okay? Next, I'm going to keep one weight. I'm going to choose 1-8 right now. 1-8. I'm going to put the opposite one down. This is a fun little sequence to strengthen the back and up the back of the leg into the tush and also the triceps. Okay? So 1 weight, I've got this 1-8. I'm going to start with my weight in my left hand. I'm bringing my right leg forward. Just a quick note, make sure your feet are hip distant and bring your right knee kind of close to your right toes, but try not to go beyond for this particular exercise. And I'm going to bring my left arm, I would say either to my hip or straight out to the side. Hinge forward and then come back up again. Not a huge movement, but let's just get into the right position. Stick your booty out and hinge forward. Keep your weight in both feet, of course, especially the front one. And just one more like this. Hinge forward and come back up. Now lean forward just a little bit. Elbow right up next to the ribs. 3, 4, energize your upper spine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now 10 and hold. Extend. 2. I have my right arm straight out to the wall. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come all the way up. Let's switch the legs. Left foot forward, right foot back. Switch the weight. Let's get this left knee right over the toes. Belly button is in. Left arm straight out to the side. Hinge, stick your booty out, look forward. Come back up. Push through that front foot. Hinge. And back up. Just one more. Hinge. Right arm is long. Kind of just long in gravity. Now hinge forward a little bit, pause. Row that right elbow up and down, reach. Let's keep the shoulders nice and still. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold, extend the arm, reach. 2, 3, energize the upper spine, belly button is in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come all the way up, step forward. Take a nice deep breath. Same leg position, different exercise, right? I'm stepping my right foot forward and my left foot back again. I'm bringing my right knee forward. So I'm going to throw out a couple of options. This can be awkward for people, so we're going to try this together, okay? 2 options. Weight right into your chest. We're doing a hinge here, which means we're going forward and then back up again. The other option that I like, if it works for you, is right behind your head. My hands are holding on to this weight. My elbows are wide. I'm trying not to push my head forward, okay? Hinge and come up. Where the weight is really changes where you feel this exercise. And I'm feeling this in my both legs and in my back. I'm really trying to keep my spine nice and straight here, friends. Sticking the booty out as I hinge forward and coming up to a tall standing spine. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. One more time. And then come back around, and then we switch feet, okay? My rug is moving a little bit. Ideally being on a perfectly stable floor is ideal. This is fine, it's not bothering me, but just be careful about that, okay? We're doing the same exercise with a different, for me it's my left leg forward. 2 arm options. Weight right into your chest is great. And then this weight behind the head situation with the elbows wide. I really like this right now. Make sure you're pressing your right hip forward so both hips are fairly even with one another. For me, when the weight is behind my head, it's a much different recruitment process for the legs in my left leg, especially the quad and the hamstring and the tush. And 5. Make sure you're not pushing your own head or your cervical spine forward with your weight. My hands are holding my weight, and I'm able to control that. Last 2, and one more time. Carefully step forward. Woo! And take a nice deep breath. There's a little bug that's joining me. Go away. All right. triceps and rows. I would like to do another set of those, okay? I'm still gonna hold on to this 8 here. It's working out well for me. So you do the same if your weight feels good too. I'm gonna stand on the floor for this set. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back. Bend your right knee so the knee is over the foot. Can you reach your left heel to the ground? Can you bring your right hip back and your left hip forward? And then extend your right arm out to the side. Let's look straight ahead. We're hinging forward a little bit. Row. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Step forward. Switch. The weight. Switch the weight. So we just had the left foot forward, right foot forward. Wait. Right? Oh my God. This is my brain. Hold on. We just had the right foot forward, left foot forward. Oh, geez. Okay. Knee forward, knee over the foot, so just pause. Left hip back, right hip forward. I don't mean that I want the left hip further back. I mean that I want them even. Press your right heel down and bring your left arm out to the side. Hinge forward. Stick your booty out in your chest, belly in tight. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, shoulder blade down. 4, 3, 2, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Step forward. Take a nice deep breath. Roll the shoulders. Woo! Bring your weight into both hands. Take a breath. Exhale. Okay? I'm coming back to my 5s. Coming back to my 5s to do a little bit more arm work here. Standing tall. Rotators, first part. So arms are forward. When you get here, just for a moment, pull your head back. Stack your head right on top of your spine. Draw the abdominals in and open your chest. Tap the weights and open up. Tap and open up. So your shoulder blades, you can feel them sliding apart and together, right? Apart and together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Come all the way down. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Rotators, and we're coming into our small squat position, right? Feet hip distant, soften your knees, send your hips back. Elbows are soft. A little bit of a hug position. Energize your chest. So try not to round forward. Stick your booty out a little bit. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, one more. Come all the way up. Relax the jaw. Take a breath. Little different for the rotator movement. Let's come back. Feet just close to one another. This addition is going to challenge your brain. Let's see how it works for me. Let's do the feet first. Bring your weights together in front of your chest. It's like a little one heel up, other heel down, smooth control. It's that, and you add your arms. Take your time and come in. Take your time, roll through the feet, and come in. And come in, 4 more. 4, head back. 3, 2, 1, and 1, and then come on back. For the back and the shoulders again, soften your knees. 1 more, hug arms. Belly button is in, energize the upper spine. Out and in. And 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then come all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're coming to the mat. I'm going to ask you guys, hopefully it's not too far, and if you don't have it close to you, don't leave the room to get it. Squishy ball, if your squishy ball is close to you, we're going to do another knee exercise, knee strength exercise, and I think having the ball is a nice addition. My ball is just right over here. I'm going to grab it. Okay? So, again, maybe this exercise is not right for you. As we get going, you can easily just leave it out if you're feeling any tenderness in your knees. I'm just grabbing my mat and using it. Okay, so hands and knees for a moment. Keep your ball close by. We're going to use it in just a moment. Hands and knees. So curl your toes forward for a moment. Stick your booty out. Sit back. So we're going to give a stretch to the feet. Maybe this is enough for you and you feel your foot stretch, or maybe you're sitting all the way back to increase. And we're just going to sit up nice and tall. Take a nice deep breath. And 1 more. Good. Okay, now lift your hips away from your tush and uncurl your toes. Grab your ball. Put the ball in between the thighs. In between the thighs so you can give it a squeeze. In Pilates, this exercise is called thigh stretch. I just saw online that someone else called it some sort of a Nordic something or other. I guess I don't really care. But it's designed to strengthen the knees. I like to bring my feet together and my knees as wide as it takes to have the ball there. Give the ball a hug. Arms are forward. Squeeze your heels together. Squeeze the ball. Press your pubic bone forward. This area is straight. Without sinking in the hips, lean back, lean back, lean back, and then reach forward through the fingers and come back. You're going to feel a lot of quad activity and probably kind of a stretch and work in the knees. You go as far back as you want to. You can do whatever you want with your hands, palms forward or palms down. Squeeze your heels, press your pubic bone forward, lean back and back. It's a lot of work in my opinion. Shoulders are down, belly button is in tight. We're going to do 2 more. Breathe. And 1 more time. And then come all the way down, okay? I'm going to take the ball out. we're coming back to our friend, the block. Get the block. We've done a lot of tricep work today. We've got one more tricep exercise here, okay? So, right now the block is underneath my left hand. As you can see, my left elbow is bent. As you can also see, my right arm is straight. Just for a moment, align your shoulders. One is not supposed to be higher than the other. They are even. Spread your left fingers apart. Push your whole palm into the block. Keep your left elbow in and plug your shoulders in. Belly is in. Push down through the left hand to bring the right hand up in line with the left, and then go back down. It's a one-arm tricep push-up. Up, down. If this is exciting to you, straighten your right leg out with the toes down. It makes it a lot harder. In fact, nearly impossible. Can I even do this? Ooh, it's much harder in a way that I actually don't like. I'm gonna put my knee back down. You can do whatever you want, but that's definitely the next level. I suppose that means I would need to work on strength in my pelvis. Maybe if I slide that knee away a little bit. It's gonna challenge me a bit more. Woo, 3 more. 3, and 2, 1 more. Ooh, this left arm. Okay. Let's try the other side. I hope that was clear. Right hand on the block. Now the left arm is straight. We're gonna start by bending the right elbow in towards the ribs. Push down through your whole right hand, including your fingers. Straighten out your spine, stick your booty out, and your collarbones forward, belly button is in. Keep your right elbow in as you push up and go back down. An added core challenge is to slide the left leg away a little bit, which gives you less support in the pelvis area. Fully extending the leg may be the goal someday. That's not where I'm at, although it's easier on this side, just in case you're wondering. And we're breathing. 4 more. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Woo, come all the way down. Wide elbows, shoulders down, twist right. Come back center, twist left. And come back center, come all the way down. All right, we're coming onto our backs. We've done enough fancy things. Grab your block and put your head on the floor. Slide all the way down. Okay. We're bringing the block. We're going to do some fancy footwork here. Give the block to the feet. Lower the block to the ground. And it doesn't have to be perfect. See if you can get your right foot on the block in this kind of like, I'm ready to do a bridge position. How about that? Can I do that myself? Yeah, I think I did that. Make sure your right foot is not so far from your tush. You can always scooch closer if you need to. Right foot aligned with the right hip, left foot aligned with the left hip. And we lift and lower. So it's a regular bridge, except for your right foot has the block. Complicated way to get into it, but you know, what the hell. It's kind of a little brain exercise too. As you come up, push through both heels and see if you can keep your left hip the same height as your right hip. It's going to feel different in the right leg. For me, it does at least. I'm keeping my fingers on my hip bones here, my pelvic bones, so I can sort of manage keeping one hip as high as the other. And we're going to do 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. 2. 1 more. Woo! Lower down, take a breath. Arms by your sides. Lift your hips about halfway. Shift your weight into the foot, into your right foot, the foot that has the block. Left leg. Up. Down. Up. Down. 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. One more. Lower down. I'm giving this leg a hug. I don't know about you. I feel like it needs a hug. Okay, with just as much grace, I'm going to push that block over and I'm giving it to the left foot. I'm trying to at least. Same exercise, except for now the left foot has the block. Take a nice deep breath. You can keep your hands on the bones of your pelvis again if that was helpful. Lift and lower. Lift. Trying to keep the right hip just about as high as the left. Driving both heels down. 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. One more. Come all the way down. Take a breath. Okay? We're bringing the hips halfway up. Right leg. Up. Down. Up. Down. 5. 4. 3. This is hard for me. 2. One more. Whew! That was really, that is a challenging exercise for me. Okay, can you use your feet to grab the block? Give the block to your hands. Feet together, knees wide for a minute. This is a stretch that I really needed. I don't know if you do. We did a lot of inner thigh stuff yesterday, and I can feel a little bit of that right now. Take another breath here, and exhale. Okay, come back. Feet nice and flat. I'm putting the block just to the side for now. Arms to the ceiling. Shoulders away from your ears. Legs come up. Let's get a nice connection here. Make the neck long. Let's do right arm back, left leg out. And then come back. Opposites. Left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. And reach. And reach. And reach. And reach. 3 more. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. And 1. All the way down. Take a nice deep breath. We're coming back up, arms up, long neck, pull your chin in, both legs up. Legs are going to come up to the ceiling with a soft knee bend, small move, lower and lift. You can hook your thumbs here as you bring the legs up, curl up and reach for the toes. 8 more. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Woo! All right, knees left, arms wide. Yeah. Big old breath. Three more exhales. And then other side. Knees right. One more deep breath here. And then you can roll to the side, come on up to sit. I'm gonna come up to stand through a down dog. You can join me if you would like. Feel free to soften your knees as much as you need to. Let your shoulders slide away from your ears and let your head hang. Move your head around a little bit just to loosen it up in that position. And then I'm going to walk my hands back towards my feet and come into a forward fold. Exhale, relax your head. One more deep breath here. And then we're going to slowly roll up, rebuild, rebuild, rebuild. Woo! Drink some water. Have a beautiful day. Be good to yourselves.